Hello students, how are you? This is your Rupesh sir speaking and you are watching your very own educational channel Physics E-Mind. Today we are going to discuss about some challenging problems and their solutions regarding the fundamental of derivative and their applications. Okay? Today it is the part 1. Let us move ahead. First problem is the position of a moving particle relates to time as follows. Xt equals to t sin t where x is in meters and t in seconds. Prove that the body has initiated its journey from rest. So, here the position of the moving particle relates to time as follows, that is xt equals to t sin t, and we have numbered this equation as 1, right? And here x is in meters and t is in seconds. So differentiating both sides of this equation 1 with respect to t, we have ddt of xt equals to vt equals to ddt of t sin t, and we are applying product rule over here, that is fg dash plus gf dash. We have already discussed about that, right? So we are applying the product rule over here and we are having t cos t plus sin t. Okay, and putting t equals to 0, we are having v equals to 0 into cos 0 plus sin 0, which results in 0. So we can easily say that the body has initiated its journey from rest. Hence proved. Okay students, hope you have understood. So let us move forward to the second question. It has been given that a body moves along x-axis and the velocity of that moving particle varies with displacement following a mathematical rule, that is Vx equals to e to the power x by x plus 1. So we need to find out that how does acceleration vary with position, that is dependency of acceleration with on x. Okay, so here we are moving forward to the solution. So we have been given that Vx equals to e to the power x by x plus 1, and we have numbered it as equation 1. And differentiating both sides of this equation 1 with respect to x, we are having dvx ddx of vx, that is ddx of e to the power x by x plus 1, and we are using the quotient rule over here, we all know that, right? And we are having ddx of e to the power x into x plus 1 minus e to the power x ddx of x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 whole square. Right students? We have already known that in quotient rule we use this formula, right? What we are doing over here is bottom function into derivative of the top function minus top function into derivative of the bottom function divided by bottom function square. We are using that, and we are having e to the power x into x plus 1 minus e to the power x into 1 divided by x plus 1 whole square. So we are having e to the power x into x plus 1 minus 1 by x plus 1 whole square results in x e to the power x by x plus 1 whole square. So we are having ddx of vx equals to x e to the power x by x plus 1 whole square. Now there is a twist in this problem, right? We need to find out the acceleration, which is none other than dv by dt or dv dt. But velocity is a function of position. It has been given like that. So we need to apply chain rule over here in order to find out dv by dt. And we can write down dv dt as dv dx into dx dt, okay? Using chain rule. So we are having dv dx into v, since dx dt is again v. Now putting dv dx from this equation we are having x e to the power x by x plus 1 whole square into v. It has been given over here in the question, that is vx equals to e to the power x by x plus 1, and we are having a equals to ax e to the power 2x by x plus 1 whole cube. It is actually the expression of acceleration in terms of position. So we are having, so this is the pattern in which the acceleration varies with position. Okay students, let us move forward to the third question. Here it has been given a programmable auto vehicle has been designed to vary the acceleration with time following some basic computational function, that is at equals to cos t minus sin t to the power minus 2. As a result, vehicle has moved under a varying force. Find out the jerk and jounce or snap as experienced by the vehicle. So we have numbered the first equation which has been given over here in the problem. At equals to cos t minus sin to the power minus 2. We have numbered it as 1. Okay, and with this specific formula, with this specific relation, the acceleration is dependent on time over here. So differentiating both sides of equation 1 with respect to t, we have ddt of at, which is none other than jerk, equals to ddt of cos t minus sin to the power minus 2. So we are applying over here the chain rule, that is, we are applying the function, we are applying the derivative of the outer function first, then we are differentiating the inner function. Okay, so we are having minus 2 into cos t minus sin to the power minus 2 minus 1, it is the outer function, that is, we are applying the power rule over here. Then the inner function is cos t minus sin t, which gives us, after differentiating, which gives us minus t minus sin t minus cos t, which we have multiplied with minus 2 into cos t minus sin t to the power minus 3. Okay, so it is the actual expression for the jerk. We have numbered it as equation 2. Again, we need to find out the jumps. So we need to again differentiate jerk with respect to time. Okay, so ddt of jerk equals to jumps equals to ddt of minus 2 cos t minus sin t to the power minus 3 into minus sin t into minus cos t, minus sin t minus cos t. Okay, so what we are doing over here, since minus 2 is constant or coefficient, it has been come out of the it is coming out of the bracket. Okay, so minus 2 into dt of this entire function, the remaining part, cos t minus sin to the power minus 3 into minus sin t minus cos t. So now we are doing it using the product rule. So keeping intact this first function, that is cos t minus sin to the power minus 3 into, we are differentiating these parts, that is minus sin t minus cos t, and we are having minus cos t plus sin t, right? Plus, now the second part, that is, we are keeping the second part minus sin t minus cos t. This part we are keeping intact, and we are differentiating the first part, that is minus cos t minus sin to the power minus 3. Here it is a twist. We need to apply again a chain rule over here. So we are having minus 3 into cos t minus sin to the power minus 4. Again we are differentiating the inner function, that is cos t minus sin t, and we are having cos t. After differentiating, we are having minus sin t, and minus sin t results in minus cos t. Okay, which ultimately results in minus cos t minus sin to the power minus 3, minus 2 into cos t minus sin to the power minus 3 into minus cos t plus sin t, plus here minus 2 and here minus 3 multiplied results in 6 into sin t plus cos t to the power 2 into cos t minus sin to the power minus 4. So we are ultimately having 2 into cos t minus sin to the power minus 2 plus 6 into this part, the remaining part, sin t plus cos t square whole square into cos t minus sin to the power minus 4. Okay. Now we are moving forward to the next problem, which is then problem 4. An object moves along a path having locus x equals to cube root of 2 into 3y minus 1. Find the positions on the path at which y coordinate is changing 4.5 times as fast as the x coordinate. We need to find out that with respect to time. Okay, let us move forward to the solution of it. So we are having an object moves along a path having a locus. It has been given like that x equals to cube root of 2 into 3y minus 1, and we have numbered it as equation 1. And from equation 1 we have copied it, x equals to cube root of 2 into 3y minus 1, and cubing both sides we are having x cube equals to 2 into 3y minus 1. So x cube equals to 6y minus 2. So 6y equals to x cube plus 2. We have numbered it as equation 2. So to find out the rate of change of position with respect to time, we need to differentiate both sides of this equation 2 with respect to t, and we are having 6 into dy dt equals to 3x square dx dt plus 0. Okay. Again we are applying chain rule over here. Okay. Chain rule over here, 3x square into dx dt. So 6 dy dt equals to 3x square dx dt. So cancelling 6 by 3, we are having 2 dy dt equals to x square into dx dt, and we have numbered it equation 3. Okay. Now we need to find out the positions on the path at which the y coordinate is changing 4.5 times as fast as the x coordinate, okay, with respect to time. So we are having dy dt equals to 4.5 dx dt from the given problem, and we have numbered it as equation 4, and putting this value of dy dt in equation 3. What are we having? We are having 2 into 4.5 dx dt equals to x square dx dt. We are just putting dy dt equals to 4.5 dx dt in this equation. Okay. Now we are having 2 into 4.5 dx dt equals to x square dx dt. That is 9 into dx dt equals to x square dx dt. So we are having x square minus 9 into dx dt equals to 0. Since dx dt not equals to 0, that is why we are having x square minus 9 equals to 0, results in x equals to plus minus 3. From equation 2, that is this equation. Look at this equation, 6y equals to x cube plus 2. So y will be x cube plus 2 by 6. Okay. And we will be putting two values of x. Firstly, we will be putting x equals to 3 in this equation, right? And we are having 3 cube plus 2 by 6 results in 4 and 5 by 6. And putting x equals to minus 3 in this equation, we are having y equals to minus 3 whole cube plus 2 by 6 minus 27 plus 2 by 6 results in minus 4 and 1 by 6. So we can say that the points or positions on the path for which y coordinate is changing 4.5 times as fast as the x coordinate with respect to time are these two coordinates. Okay, that is 3, 4 and 5 by 6, and minus 3 comma minus 4 and 1 by 6. At these 2 points, we are having this condition to be valid. That is which condition? This condition. Y coordinate is changing 4.5 times as fast as the x coordinate. Okay. Let us move forward to the next question. Electric field due to a source charge is related to potential difference as follows: E equals to minus dV dx. Vx varies with position by the given relation. Vx equals to 7x into 9 minus 10 to the power minus 1. Calculate the value of electric field at x equals to 0. Let us move forward to the solution. So electric field due to a source charge is related to potential as has been given is potential difference. Electric field due to the source charge is related to potential difference by the following relation: E equals to minus dV dx, where Vx varies with position by the given relation. It has been given like Vx equals to 7x into 9 minus 10 to the power minus 1. So we are applying quotient rule over here, okay? And it will be convenient for us using the quotient rule in this problem. So we can write that Vx equals to 7x by 9 minus 10x, and we have numbered it as equation 1. Now differentiating both sides of equation 1 with respect to x, we are having ddx of Vx equals to ddx of 7x by 9 minus 10x. Now applying the quotient rule formula, we are having dv dx equals to bottom function square in the denominator, and in the numerator we are having bottom function into derivative of the top function minus top function into derivative of the bottom function. So we are having in the numerator 9 minus 10x into 7 minus 7x into minus x square x. Okay. And in the denominator we are having 9 minus 10x whole square. So what are you having over here? That is dvdx equals to 9 minus tan x into 7 plus 7x x square x divided by 9 minus tan x whole square. Therefore, we have the electric field equals to minus dvdx. Here we are having dvdx. So we need to find out minus dvdx in order to find out the electric field. So we are having electric field as minus 9 minus tan x into 7 plus 7x into x square x by 9 minus tan x whole square. Okay. But according to problem, we need to find out the electric field at x equals to 0. So what is the electric field at x equals to 0? So we are putting x equals to 0 in the expression for electric field, and we are having minus 9 minus tan 0 into 7 plus 7 into 0 sec 0 whole square divided by 9 minus tan 0 whole square equals to minus 9 minus 0 into 7 plus 7 into 0 into 1 square divided by 9 minus 0 square results in minus 63 by 81, which is ultimately resulting in minus 7 by 9 unit, which is the electric field at x equals to 0. So that's all for today, and we will be dealing some other challenging problems and very important problems in the next part. Okay, till then, bye, keep studying. Okay, students.